Hello, ladies and gentlemen of League Zero. It is Corbs here, and once again, you are seeing Mob's lovely face. So, welcome back, Mob. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. And while this tournament has been a very eventful one, this is the first time I've been able to get on cam. And
Mm,
I'm very glad to be joined by you, Corbs, in this cast today. And we have quite a match on our hands.
yeah, we do. So, both of these teams have been grinding through the entire tournament. With Hanamura Hotshots, they actually had to forfeit and go to the lower bracket initially, but they won their way back to the grand finals. Basically, we knew they were going to roll. I mean, they have the GOAT Joshua, of course, and then followed by another team, the Lime team, or I don't know how to say
No
it.
worries. Lime, they've definitely, well, they weren't the favorites going to the tournaments, which obviously does have to go to the Hanamura Hotshots, like you said. Lime definitely did earn their position here, taking down Selfish
Mhm.
8 in the pretty nice Winners Finals match up until the very end.
Yeah, definitely Selfish Eight. They they were Selfish Eight looked pretty good, but the problem is they just didn't have their players. Yeah, and I know tournament kind of came at a weird weekend where it was like collegiate matchups and everything like that. However, it has been a very good tournament so far, despite there have been a few forfeits, but who cares? There's nothing really too much you can do about that.
Yeah, of course. But Linemouth, Hanwha Hotshots looking to clash today for the grand finals. And what a tournament it's been. I mean, GOAT's the long running composition that kind of become infamous in the community has really made a resurgence with people getting that nostalgia. And it's been a lot of fun to watch and cast.
Oh my goodness, we will be seeing Flawless come into the game on the Zenyatta. Very interesting decision, considering that he is he is pretty good on the Zen character. Not gonna lie, and but the thing is, they are going against a contenders level team. I mean, in my opinion, especially with Joshua on main tank. So this is
Yeah.
and this might be the last goats match we may see ever, unless Overwatch 2 implements a 6v6 mode, which I highly doubt. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was thinking, like a quick play classic. So, but the question is, are they still going to lock it to 2-2-2? So, it's a good question.
Well, regardless of how that goes, I think you the main question mark of this match is how is Joshua going to be doing? Because we saw in the winners, so, excuse me, the loser semifinals, which was our last streamed match, that Joshua really put on a performance there, and it was hard to match him. And when they finally did pin him down, at least for a little bit, the rest of the players exploded.
Exactly. And that's kind of the thing. Basically, it's Joshua versus the world right now because he has been insanely good on this tournament. Low-key, I'd say he's the front runner for the tournament MVP. No bias.
Yeah,
So,
it is unfortunate that we haven't been able to see a lot of Joshua and the rest of the Hanamura Hotshots, as just by pure circumstances, those matches have not been streamed for
mhm.
the most part up until loser semis. But regardless, here they are in the grand finals. And we probably can talk a little bit about Linemouth too. While they don't have the Joshua main tank, they still do have a lot of talented players on the roster.
Absolutely. One player I am looking at is Mr. Mitch 361, aka Corey, who is a phenomenal main support player and more specifically a Brig player who has just been absolutely dominating, especially when we reworked Brig to basically how goats used to work. And he has been dominant. So it looks like we are still waiting for one more player. I am I'm assuming the first map they will be choosing is Lijiang Tower, knowing the typical stereotypical map rotations. I mean, let's be honest, everyone chooses Lijiang Tower.
Lijiang Tower, Kingswell, Rialto. We've seen more or less that exact rotation this entire tournament. But
Hmm.
I do want to point out Hanama Hotshots, they have a very aggressive style, especially with their Zenyatta Suggs. Suggs came out first map again on Nepal with some very aggressive off angles, and it really punished the opponents. But map two Kings Row, Suggs did actually start to get picked a lot on those off angles. So I think that can be Linemouth's path to victory here is punishing those off angles and stopping the dives onto their own
Exactly.
Zenyatta.
Exactly. Just have more sustain and more damage output because Discord, especially on the main tank, is very scary to deal with. And I think we did move Discord back up to 30 and then adjusted Zen's damage accordingly. So that way, it can be it can still pack a punch without all the sustain coming through.
Yeah, but these changes, reversions back have been a little bit complicated, not exactly working exactly as intended, but I just want to give a huge shout out that the fact we have this code at all. I'm sure you could move some percentages around and it would be kind of like goats, but the actual work and effort that we've put in, sorry, not we, I haven't done anything that has been put in to revert back to the stage of pre-roll lock is amazing. Just want to give a round of applause for that.
Yeah, great. Shout out to Femi who has been working on the code just nonstop. There were and we have been testing it constantly. The good news is with Brig is that the good news is with Brig, he was able to revert most of it back. However, the abilities kind of feel a little wonky, but they do give a good visual indicator on like if Brig armor packs someone or if Brig has rally because throughout the tournament, as you have seen, Brig is like there's a bunch of pings coming out from Brig showing that yo Brig has a rally. Y'all better back up because she is basically a raid boss. So good luck, have fun.
Yeah, big when you see that radiating orb, you better run away. And sometimes we've had seen Briggs get a actual rally. It's just a fun little mix up there that sometimes can happen. We'll make sure to call it out if it does. But regardless, these compositions, I say compositions in the plural when it's just singular, have been expertly tuned over the past years and obviously eradicated with Warlock. And definitely see these teams kind of moving back into pace as this tournament has gone on.
Yeah, yeah, and so I mean, personally, Goats has always been one of my favorite metas. Even though the only reason why people hate it is because it lasted forever.
Forever.
Like it lasted, I think, 1.5 years, if I'm not mistaken, and which is the reason why we are in our 2-2-2 roll lock nowadays. And now people, honestly, I hate double shield a lot more and wrecking ball comps than goats because I just miss running into the enemy team and just like swinging my hammer on Ryan, just building up shatter in like 2 seconds. While
Yeah,
my
sorry about that. I've definitely heard a big quote from I believe it is Custa saying that playing goats and winning is probably the most fun experience you can ever have in Overwatch, and playing goats and losing is the worst. So
exact
it's just how that goes.
Exactly. And the thing was, by the time Goats was ending, we were seeing a counter to the strategy where it was like,
Yeah.
I believe it was an Orisa bunker, and then also Chengdu. Chengdu traditionally ran ball comps, and same with Shanghai, where they would just surround the Goats team and have all these angles poking at him. Yeah, sure. Goats has a lot of damage mitigation abilities, whether that's defense matrix, bubbles, Rhine shield, break shield to an extent. But the thing is, if you surround him at all the right angles, it'll be hard for someone to block all that damage, which is why the ball comp is one of the hard counters to goats.
Yeah, but that comp we will definitely not be seeing tonight as they are, just to remind everyone in chat, they are locked as Reinhardt, Zarya, Diva, Zenyatta, Brigitte, and Lucio.
hmm And honestly, we did consider unlocking Sombra for the Diva swap. However, we decided to keep it traditional because this was the original Goats composition that was seen in the Overwatch League and all Overwatch games for that matter. So honestly, I am looking forward to it, and it looks like they will be choosing Bussin.
Busan is a very interesting first map that I believe in this tournament I've only seen once personally. And I think you definitely look at Mecha Base as that go-see brawly map, but pulling out strategies on the other two maps could be the difference maker in which team can pull away.
Yeah, and the main um well, the thing with Busan is that I would say that normally it's a great map to show all three of the core compositions for Overwatch, where whether it's like brawl, poke, or dive, and it'll because like downtown is phenomenal for dive. The big drum one or sanctuary or whatever it's called
Thanks, Trey.
is yeah is great for poke, and then and then Mecha Base is great for Brawl. So all three of those are basically great maps within themselves. And yes, we are going to Busan. We will be seeing downtown right away, and honestly, I'm kind of excited to see both these teams run goats. I miss the composition.
Yeah, and one thing you definitely won't do at the end of this is miss it. We will see these compositions coming up pretty soon, and starting with that downtown, really going to be on position here. Whoever can get the supports the safest, really going to come out on top.
Exactly. Whoever can utilize their speed boosts the best is probably going to be the best. Is probably going to be the best off, as we are. Yes, both teams are going goats. And using Brig armor packs, especially on your Rhine if he gets low, is basically an instant 150 healing is absolutely insane. Plus, ultimates fly out so fast, and we will be seeing goats from both teams. Let's just see how they rotate.
Yeah, definitely setting up. Just go while the Mega is taken from the side of Hanamura Hotshots. Lineout do opt to wrap all the way around and take point. Now they don't have the high ground position, but they do have that point control. And a boop off onto Flawless. Flawless talking up that Zenyatta immediately off the map without that Discord.
Another boop!
And Robert getting 2. This guy is insane. And it looks like they're going to spawn.
Yeah, so they will be retreating to spawn. However, it looks like Kern Master is doing an interesting play there.
But that's not their spawn.
I know, but the problem, yeah, the main issue there is Kern literally went to the other spawn, but with all of that hard work for Robert, he only has 35% ultimate charge.
Yeah,
and they all spawn.
Yeah, they're all at the own spawn. It's a 3v6, and that's not gonna work for goats.
So that is a.
Jesus.
Oh man, yeah, no, this is that was a little bit of a fun thing to watch. I think there's a meme. It's like, guys, the point. Look, we may be going to guys the spawn or whatever. So very interesting play coming out from Green or Lime Green. Great boop coming from Robert, and that gets flawless.
A great boop to knock him down. The shadow from Overthinker doesn't really get very much, but they don't need to. What boop Robert so far have been showing that Lucio prowess, as the ultimate is still in the favor of Joshua and his hotshot.
Oh, we are seeing a spawn trap here. Wow, this is. Oh, what a shadow!
Shadow from Alizu, and the grab does follow it up. They are able to turn the tide. Maybe Hanamura Hotshot's getting a little bit too big for their britches. A little hot for the shot, if you could say. Yeah,
Hanamura Hotshots got really cocky. And it looks like we are seeing the MTDs in chat. So, Joshua is probably going to land another fat shatter here soon, let's be honest. And Suggs just absolutely destroys Flawless. Interesting play. I think Flawless was out on a flank.
Flawless was actually in the backline, but Suggs was in the spawn, still on that back flank. But no, regardless, this fight is going on without him. The bomb goes into the air, the grab doesn't get anything. It is actually going to be Lineout taking the advantage of Suggs and Dontu knocked off the map by a nice whip shot from Mitch. While Joshua is getting pressured down and falling. Not much players left for Hanamura Hotshots, and maybe they need to calm down a little bit. These crazy plays are getting punished.
Exactly, and yeah, the fact is they didn't have Zen for that Discord for a little while. But yes, they did take out Flawless. However, let's see if Suggs is trying to do that funny flank thing again. No, he's not. He's going to be playing with his team more now. However, Flawless does have the Transcendence, and they are going to be building up a grab here soon, which is going to be important. Nice little trans coming out.
Goes for the counter pin. The Transcendence is able to just keep them alive through all that damage. The bomb getting sent out in the shadow, not connecting with much, but Mr. Mitch's shield does fall, and so does he. Toasty Toast mech is absolutely destroyed. The shadow is big, taking 3 people to the ground, and it is actually enough for Limouth to turn it. MTD indeed, despite us hyping up Joshua, he is kind of getting outplayed right now.
Yeah, very interesting coming in. This is not what we expected at all, like, especially coming from a Contenders Trials main tank. Like, Contenders main tank, excuse me. Sorry, Joshua, don't hurt me. And we are going to be seeing the rally coming out, and there are those pings that I was talking about.
Yeah, and Flawless does get picked really early. They opt to take the Rhines out of the equation, evening out that playing field. But the difference is Suggs has that Transcendence, is using it. Category does not have the sustain. The beat is able to keep the rest of the players alive, but the grab just pins Mr. Mitch against the wall, and he eventually does fall. Not many players left on line, the line mouth, and now this is going to one fight territory for both teams.
Exactly. However, the ultimate advantage is in favor of Lime, so they can just try a shatter bomb. However, the Zarya can easily bubble the shatter, so that way the team isn't too vulnerable, excuse me, to the bomb. Let's see how Green initiates this fight, or Lime Green.
Yeah, 95 percentage on the board, and the shadow is huge, but the counter shadow is just as big. Overthinker does get a better shadow, excuse me, and another pin, and this is while they were against the wall. Hanamura Hotshots do end up taking Busan downtown.
Really impressive stuff coming out from Busan, or excuse me, Hanamura Hotshots, as they did recoup a little bit. It was it looked very winnable for Lime there. However, I think Lime started to play a little bit more separated, and when you play separated, especially from your Brigitte, it'll be a little bit tougher to sustain that team.
Definitely, I think they had major sustained problems as they would lose these big fights just because they don't have the HP to stay in it. But 99 to 100 is a good way to start the grand finals, and I hope it continues.
Exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if both teams rotated to the drum that is towards the outside of the map here, especially when there's a mega health pack to control. It looks like Hanamura Hotshots will be getting there first. Robert tried to go for something funny, and same with Kernmaster.
Yeah, Joshua is swigging through as they did get control of this drum a little bit faster. Overthinker surging forward, and that ultimate charge is swinging through the rest of the team. The auto pack unit kept alive, and Kern and Alizu both fall, and that's going to be the Linemouth just getting decimated in this first fight.
Yeah, the HP got so low on the side of Lime there that they couldn't really do too much. So let's see if they can get a straggler maybe. They're going to look for the Diva, and no. Joshua already does have his Shatter, though, which is insanely fast. And look at Wit's grab charge, 90% already. So that is why you play Zarya into Ghost. Grab is such a great team-wiping ultimate and to force out other ultimates as well.
Yeah, a good Shadow, but a good counter grab. Both from same team. Good grab onto Alizu to keep him pinned while the rest of his team is Shadow. Category is no slouch on the ultimate charge, though, as they fall right behind, but they do fall indeed.
Exactly. The ultimate
bomb coming out. It forces to Transcendence. You take that, and the pin from Alizu into the backline is going to get him melted. And Robert is deep in spawn territory. Is going to survive. We actually boot Mr. Mitch off the map. Linemouth really need to regroup here.
Yeah, can Linemouth regroup on time? And Kernmaster barely. Oh, never mind. He gets killed in spawn. And they are being spawn held right now. Let's see if Katagiri can get this grab off, or maybe they can push aggressively with beat here because Robert's only 80.
They grab inside their own spawn. The beat from Kernmaster gets no one but himself. As the Transcendence from Flawless lets them push forward, Suggs is actually back now. And the Shadow is huge from Alizu. The grab not really necessary, but Suggs does end up falling. And is 2-2. Both sides. Wit is clutching for his team. He has another grab on his name. The point did end up flipping. And Joshua did die, but it is 2v3. And Toast with a nice beat onto Wit's grab. He built it so quickly, but it disappears just as quick. As Diva does fall on the mech, and this is just stall territory for the Linemouth. Get as much percentage as they can. I say that it could possibly be a winnable fight, but Wit needs to fall. Alizu kind of whiffing the charge as Mr. Mitch and the supports come back.
Look at Wit's charge. He is so high charge right now. He has an off angle that can easily kill the Brig.
And the Zen, indeed. Dantu does end up falling, but it's going to be all Hanamura Hotshots all day for this point. That was a nice comeback attempt. They do win a little bit of capture percentage for the troubles, but that's going to be
Yeah, that was actually great coming out from Lime Green as well, because the thing is they were able to keep that percentage to they kind of won 2 fights with their percentage, and they will be taking another fight here relatively aggressively. Flawless is
on a flank, and he's not going to do much with it. He's just sitting in the background while the rest of his team just died. He's going to be the touch.
That's a interesting position to be in if you're flawless. So he is severely OTF right now.
Yeah,
And
but I don't think they can get there in time. I mean, there's going to be a touch, obviously.
good little touch coming out. However, Lucio is contesting, so
This 1v1 could decide the fate of this map. As
here we
it's
go.
Zenyatta, and Flawless does win. He's going to be able to turn the point. And I say that as the rest of the team kind of gets left behind, the Transcendence gets used, but now they can come back and deal with the rest with that cap flip the other way.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that was actually such a smart flank too, because that keeps his team alive. However, his team is so separated that there's nothing really too much they can do, and it's kind of looking like all.
Yeah, it is all Hanamura Hotshots. The grab just kind of cementing it. And wow, what a first map. We saw a lot of confidence coming out from Hanamura Hotshots as they do take the first map 2-0. But the percentages were not as far away as you'd expect.
Yeah, it's a very interesting. It looks like they are doing a something that we call a minuscule amount of trolling here in the community. Nice little fat shatter coming out from Joshua for the play of the game.
Yeah, that 4K shadow. This fight was kind of back and forth, a 99 to 99, and a 4K shadow and a 4K will definitely put you in the advantage.
Yeah, that was Yeah, Joshua is kind of put the team on his back there. Not gonna lie, it was even though yes, he did let his team get shattered. It was like I'm just killing the rest of the team for y'all. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but on Sanctuary, I think Wit definitely comes out as the true hero, as charging up those grabs so fast and being at an off angle, constantly picking off the enemy supports, definitely pulled them back after a wee bit of trolling, as we should say.
Yeah, and Wit on that Zarya, especially when there was a Zen. Yeah, the Zen basically stood no chance unless he had trans, which 99% of the time he doesn't. And like Wit was able just to easily melt him down. And Wit was absolutely popping off on that Zarya as well. Oh,
Yeah, definitely. We do have the map coming out. It's going to be a Blizzard World for the side of Linemouth picking it.
Mm-hmm. So we are going to see another fun map, which I am honestly looking forward to.
I haven't seen any Blizzard World this whole tournament, so I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. It has not been played. Like we haven't seen Blizzard World in a minute, and honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing it, especially with goats. Low-key though, one thing that I do remember from Blizzard World is Shock versus Titans. The man who shall not be named, he had 2 grabs in one fight. That was pretty insane.
Yeah, definitely a opportunity for Zarya to pop off, and it looks like Alizu and Flawless. Excuse me. Flawless is moving to main tank, and Michael is coming off of the bench to play that Brigitte.
Yeah, I think Michael's actually going to be on the Zen.
Oh, Zen, excuse me. I forgot the order.
Wait,
but
who?
Flawless, Crumbed. Crumbed Zephyr, we saw him earlier in the tournament, definitely played a pretty good Zenyatta in their last match against Selfish. But regardless, Flawless and Joshua have very familiar with each other, so I'm excited to see this line matchup.
Honestly, me too. And depending on how, honestly, it's kind of coming down to, how can we utilize the shatters and grabs in order to win this fight? Because both Ryans have just been free swinging so much. So we are just waiting for the other team to be ready.
Yeah, no matter what, I think this has already proved to be an entertaining match, regardless of what the outcome may be. We did see a lot of fight coming up from Linemouth, a lot of punishing for Hanamura Hotshots, hot heads, as they go into spawn a lot.
Yeah, they do. And honestly, I do really appreciate Hanamura Hotshot's aggression, because it is absolutely hilarious to see. Like watching Joshua literally spawn trap the enemy team with all of his best friends. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, this is a for fun tournament. We don't have any cash or anything. So having fun is the most important thing. You can definitely tell Hanamura Hotshots are doing that.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, Blizzard as a company, very questionable decisions. I'm gonna be honest with you, but Blizzard World is such a cool map. Seeing every single one of Blizzard's games there, references Hearthstone or StarCraft. Yes, I know. I need to reference myself with more Blizzard games. I'm gonna be honest with you.
All right, we have Flawless is going to be on the main tank just like we suspected. Robert doing a wee bit of trolling, but nonetheless, they'll certainly get back in time.
Flawless did bench. Are we seeing some spawn trapping coming out early here? It looks like Joshua may be going for a funny.
As a X-Line playing Goats, I like to get a nice fire strike. You jump over this railing, hit the fire strike on the door, and then charge back.
He's gonna charge. He's gonna try to get the environmental. Let's see.
All right, yeah, not going for the fire strike. He's definitely gonna go for this environmental. And he doesn't have the counter and just brings himself off the map. This is a go button.
Yeah, now that there's no shield, who's gonna block all this damage coming through? I mean, David's defense matrix can block some, but like...
Yeah, the damage... Suggs does get Michael on the flank, and now they're kind of even with Flawless... Flawless leading the charge. Joshua is still coming back from spawn. They have that Reinhardt. He's swinging away. Cat getting 2 ticks. Joshua is now back into the fight. Flawless getting pressured out. No barrier. And that's the downside of not having a Zenyatta.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal flank coming out again once again from Suggs. Suggs was like, yeah, let's just take matters into my own hands, basically kill most of the sustain. However, Robert does go down, so there's a huge speed advantage coming out from Lime Team, which they can use to absolutely swarm Hanamura Hotshots. Joshua?
Joshua misses the charge and ends up dying with it. Hotshots eating a nice grab from Wit. What a good play to have that. And the counter grab is pretty big, but Transcendence is already being used. No kills coming from that. Wit does find 2. Actually, and with Flawless making it sort of 3, the bomb from the other side doesn't get much, but there is only 3 players left on the side for Linemouth under attack. Wit is that hero they need. Charging. No, unfortunate. They did not touch in time. They win this fight, but that might be maybe not textbook Charlie Niner, but you can definitely classify it.
Yeah, interesting. They are going to be still playing super aggressive here, and there comes like another grab from Wit. Nice shatter coming in from Jish, and Wit does die in the process, however.
Yeah, Wit and Joshua going too far, but that has just been Hanamura Hotshots all series, but with the skill they've put out so far, they deserve to. Cunmaster falling off the map. This is a match. Most certainly, going forward, it's going to be whoever can do a wee bit less trolling.
Exactly, and honestly, the team that has been doing the most trolling is Hanamura Hotshots. However, look at Flawless OTF right now on the Reinhardt. Have they noticed? Yeah, they noticed.
Yes, he's been spotted. This could be a go button for Hanamura Hotshots as they realize the Rein's not with him. They push forward, but the charge, the bubble does stop it. Flawless falling a little bit low. He's going to look for that shadow on the back pedal. Getting pressured so much. He's so low. The armor pack not able to be kept. Barely keeping it alive. The Transcendence is going to keep him alive, though, as Robert trades with Mr. Mitch. And now that the Transcendence is over, Suggs uses the one of his own. The grab is big, but the Transcendence is still active. But the Flawless can just swing through. The counter grab is big. Toasty Toast back all that cost them. Suggs does end up falling, but Flawless kind of going to pay with their lives. And it's going to be a win for Hanamura Hotshot.
Low-key, why would I be surprised if there was a C9 coming out?
We saw one attempted on Rialto.
Yeah, we did see one attempted on Rialto, but I mean, low-key though, except the supports are coming back.
Oh, nice shadow from Flawless. You charge it up so quickly, just holding the W key on Overthinker, and he can't keep it back up. Pena falls out of the mech, and this is going to be Linemouth putting down the foot, say, no more trolling. We're taking this point.
Exactly.
I say that as they're on the flank.
Yeah, look at this. They are OTF right now. They're going to be spawn camping the Zen, I believe. But, no.
Oh, did you end up touching this time as the bomb goes into the air to counter the beat? And Flawless does get beamed down by Wit. Wit just on top, beaming down everyone, charging these grabs so quickly. Someone needs to deal with him.
Yeah, Wit has been absolutely insane. like this is again, Wit has been like, this is another grab and Michael. Okay.
Probably looking for C9 now.
Yeah, he was 100% looking for a C9, and that's another grab. That is already his third grab this game, and Cart has not even crossed B yet. So.
And now they are getting those respawns, grouping up, ready for this fight. You can see Hanamura Hotshots taking it, and Flawless does get a pin. The grab, the counter is big, but the beat is able to stop him. The bomb going over the top, and
what a huge
positioning from Hinya to let the ball fall off the side. And Hanamura Hotshots taking it real quick.
Yeah, nice little team kill coming out, so they know they won't be trying to C9 for a little while. And the brig does have ultimate now on the side of the Hanamura Hotshot, so even though, yes, it looks like 0%, Rally is still up, and which is going to be huge going into this next phase.
Now they do take the side positioning. Rally is used to meet them here, and Transcendence is forced out to keep Flawless alive. He has the shadow now, and he lays it down. 3 people on the floor, but it's not going to stop them due to that Transcendence, but the grab from Category is huge, as Flawless is able to swing through and get a shadow in about 3 seconds.
Yeah, I think they are trying to go for the remake kill. However, I think we don't have the
Yes, we did revert it.
Yeah, we did revert. We reverted the remake damage, so that way no funny would be going on. However,
Robert going into spawn.
It doesn't matter. Do not question. Do not question the Almighty.
We have a very split here. Michael getting taken off the map by Joshua as they're forced to back up now. This counter shadow is big. The pin, though, getting stopped by the bubble. Hinya almost falling off the map, but of course those Diva boosters can take them home. And Hanamura Hotshots win a very odd fight.
Yeah, honestly, wouldn't be surprised here if Hanamura Hotshots were to try another spawn camp, especially when Wit has a grab. Wit is going to be looking for a grab here, and it finds absolutely no one.
And the shadow is just the same. Both major tank ultimates falling down to the wayside. Flawless is falling low, though. They can hold that W key. They can't, though, because that rally is stopping them, keeping them sustained. And now without this 2 major tank ultimates, not going to do very much. The bomb from Hinya doesn't find anything, but it does isolate Category in the front line. They've no help anyone. The Transcendence and Beat invested. Suggs does get killed, and Flawless is being kept up by both. Now that without that Zenyatta for Hanamura Hotshots, they are a little bit more vulnerable. But Flawless is getting taken down by his grind partner.
Yeah, one thing that I am noticing is that I'm seeing 6 different 1v1s go on at once. However, Joshua does go down, so they can probably play aggressive on this. Toasty is another one.
Another huge E from Toast. He's been on it all night. And Suggs does get the Transcendence off in time. Not in time to save Dantu, though. Hinya falls off the map for the 3rd time. Able to boost back up. Toasty Toast with a nice bomb. A little bit too high. But I say that as Hinya's mech is taken out by it. Now, Limeouth get this cart rolling.
Exactly. Great. Toasty Toast has been on fire for Lime team because, like, he's been eating grabs, finding nice bombs to zone off people, and honestly, Toasty's probably been their best player on the team.
Yeah, Hinya having a lot of grab eats in the Hanamura Hotshots last map, and Toasty Toast just one-upping them just like this. Category does have the grab, though, and Hinya's path is going to be wide open for it. As the Shadow does get booped into the air, stopping it from getting much progress other than Codemaster on the ground. The grab does land onto Wit, getting taken down. The Shadow from Flawless is nice to take that Zenyatta to the floor, and this could be Limeouth taking point C.
Exactly, Limeouth, despite being down from the beginning and being spawn trapped for a little bit, they're gonna take this map.
They might not, as the beat comes out from Robert just in time to keep this map alive. Not just the map, I mean the round. The grab comes out to keep them together, but they step off the cards. Yet another possible Charlie Niner on our series. They did eventually get booped by Codemaster, a great play from him, but regardless, they were not able to touch.
Yeah, that was a interesting, great boop coming out from Codemaster, but I think one of them should have tried to come on for like an off angle. I mean, that was kind of a bit of a troll at the end, not gonna lie. Maybe, but yeah, Wit has been farming up grabs so fast, and the fact that they did have a grab that final point was astounding. And and Toasty didn't have a mech, so it's pretty much a free grab there. But unfortunately, they can't really do much if the game's already over.
They do end up stopping that there. They completed the map in overtime, which means if Hanamura Hotshots are able to complete the map with over a minute, then that will shut the door on them winning this map and most likely going into the break with a 2-0 lead in the series.
Honestly, a 2-0 lead would be pretty nice. It looks like we are seeing a potential Brigitte bug.
It has been happening. Unfortunate.
250 shield. Yeah. I mean, it's no big deal. It's unless like it's to get to cover, because Brig is an absolute tank. So
Flawless is looking for the back charge. Joshua knows that Flawless isn't on the map and he's looking all around for him. And he has been spotted. The counter charge is big, but Mr. Bitch is the one to fall. Both people with the shield on the side of Linemouth are dead. And honestly, Flawless can't get away with that. They know how high level Joshua is. They're not going to let that stuff through.
exactly, Joshua will call out every single flank, and it looks like they're looking to demech Toasty here. However, Toasty's able to get support from his team, and luckily he's able to escape. But that again, it was a lot of ult charge coming towards the Hanamura Hotshots. Look at Hinya's ultimate. It's already 65%, and Kategori goes down, but Flawless fights too.
Yeah, huge 5-strike from Flawless to make it 3 with the charge, and that's definitely going to turn this. Now they can actually put a good defense, but without that Zarya, Codemaster is on his own, and they're not going to be able to hold this for very long. Suggs just popping off. This aggressive Zenyatta play has definitely been defining this match so far. Ooh.
Yeah, Suggs has been absolutely insane. Like,
Flawless losing the shadow.
That was pretty rough. That was a bit of a yikes.
And you're going
However,
so deep.
yeah, Suggs has been absolutely insane for on the side of Hanamura. Like he got 2 there, which really turned the tide for his team. However, they are going to be playing. Ooh, interesting bash coming out from Dantu. It almost gets him picked off. However, he is playing Brig.
They're able to be kept alive. Flawless just swinging through the bomb going into his own backline, but no one does end up falling for it. But this is the go button for Joshua. A huge shield block from Flawless. Both Transcendence coming out from all sides. The pain going through, knowing that he won't be taken down through that Transcendence. Flawless building up to another grab. The grab gets thrown out, and the beat is the counter, but the shadow knocks him to the floor. And no one is still yet able to die as the grab comes out from Wit with the beat to counter this time. Category is the one to end up finding 2.
Yeah, the thing I like about Goats is that usually if there's like 1 kill, unless someone has an absolute clutch moment, then it's gonna usually steamroll in their favor because the amount of sustain and stuff. And Toasty just getting a funny little boop onto Dantu. So Suggs may be going OTF. I wouldn't be surprised. No, never mind. He's going towards his team.
Flawless has been doing very well at countering Joshua's shadows. He's not giving him the rain that other main tanks have given him throughout the tournament. The bomb goes in, but it's going to just get blocked as the rest of the team transfers into that undercarriage. Hanamura Hotshots looking to push Codemaster, going for a good boop, and they're just going too fast. The rally keeping them sustained as Michael is just getting melted. The shadow is huge. Flawless not in position to block that. The counter shadow is not as big as the grab is nice. The Transcendence has countered it, but nothing will happen.
Yeah.
It might be a contest, but I doubt it.
Interesting trans coming out there from Suggs. It didn't look like they needed it, considering that their team already kind of won the fight. But it did get rid of Kategori's charge, which was kind of nice. But Kategori was going to die either way. But Robert finds Michael in the back line.
Michael does get taken out once again. A very common theme throughout this match. The bomb not really going to keep them on the cart, of course, forcing them off due to all that damage. And that's what you got to look at. In the post-match interview for Hanamura Hotshots in the losers semifinals match, they did mention how they did coordinated dives with the D.Va and Lucio to punish the enemy Zenyatta, and we can definitely see that going on full effect. If it's not Suggs, it's Faber and Hinya.
Yeah, honestly, it's been working. It's been working very effectively because the thing is, they're playing aggressively with Rally here. Nice grab coming out from Wit once again.
Yeah, but the bait is not enough to keep him up as the charge does kill, and the shadow is just very free. They're out of defensive cooldowns, and they will fall very shortly. Category is the next victim of Hanamura Hotshots as they continue to surge forward with Cone Masters on the cart.
Yeah, we are gonna see Dantu's ultimate be ready here. They do have a rally to push up super aggressively here. And it's honestly gonna be super tough for ooh, Suggs finding Toasty. So that is a huge pick there because that is a lot less sustained for the tanks here.
Yeah, now down on 5v6, the force to take this fight into huge four-man shatter to keep them up to Transcendence, but they did not get any kills off of it. And the Transcendence does keep him alive through the charge. The beat, not enough to sustain. There's the grab gets sent to the back, solo onto the brig, and the counter grab is bigger, and it's going to be Hanamura Hotshots capturing this point with a lot of time in the bank.
Yeah, Hanamura Hotshots basically has this map in the bag. They're gonna have an attack just to get one tick, while having close to 3 or 4 fights, easily, depending on how long they go, in order to, I guess you can say, take that first tick. And honestly, there can be so many ultimates thrown, especially in a GOATS composition with these within like a minute. So the fact that they have 3 is going to be very difficult for a Lime team to actually stop this.
A Linemouth is going to need a very strong defense, one they have not mustered up yet, to repel this and not go down. And the best case scenario for them is a draw here.
Ready for battle.
Exactly. And the main issue with we will be seeing, well, same exact team composition. Hopefully Toasty will have to be on his A game here in order to deny Wit's grabs, because Wit has been farming him up like in a minute. And for Zarya to consistently do that, that's absolutely insane. And we are going to be seeing a super aggressive play coming out here from the Limemouth team, and they are going to be playing underneath here. So hopefully they don't get spotted.
Yeah, it's very important that this goes for them. I mean, I don't see the point in a close hold here, and they kind of changed their minds at the end.
Yeah, they are going to be going in. They are going to be going into the room. Diva is coming up though. That's a bit of an issue.
They know, and this is going to be a close quarters fight. Hard to observe. With Flawless just swinging through, hoping that they don't get picked, and Wit is the one to get picked, and Flawless can surge forward without all that damage to worry about. And this is huge for Limemouth, being able to not fall victim to a first fight as he goes very far forward, getting an ultimate advantage and insanely powerful. Flawless already with the shatter.
Yeah, Flawless farmed up his shatter so quick. He was able to swing into so many enemies, and Suggs
Wait,
OTF once
Suggs?
again. Suggs?
Oh, Suggs on the high ground, looking for something. Not able to get too much as he's rejoined with his team, more or less. The shadow needs to be huge from Flawless.
Yeah, Suggs with a nice little Discord on the Zen there. Nothing too much they can do
And
about
it
that.
is 3 people knocked to the
massive.
ground. And that's exactly what they needed to stay alive in the series. 1 minute, 45 seconds left on the clock. Limemouth take their second fight.
Yeah, and they only invested 1 ultimate. Suggs is still OTF right now, which is very, very funny. He's going all the way around here. So let's see if Suggs is able to pick off a Zenyatta here. The best thing about Zen is that he's one of the best flankers because he doesn't even make footsteps.
Yeah, they don't even know he's up top behind him. Michael is about to have hell rain down on him as this fight is about to start. They did end up finding him. The grab goes out, getting 5 people, and they don't have the Transcendence, but the counter shatter is huge. Transcendence from Michael, able to keep him alive, and the beat from Robert keeps the other team alive, but Suggs is the one to fall, not in that beat radius as the bomb goes up in the shadow. Doesn't really get too much, but it didn't really need to. It's already ahead of this fight. As long as they can be kept up, Cone Master in category are falling. This could be bad for the offense. Wit on the off angle at the high charge, keeping everyone beamed down. Toshito's going to deal with him, but dealing with that Zarya at high charge is not very good. Michael does die to Robert, and while they've more or less won this fight, the beat to keep them sustained, they needed it. Hinya on the Diva on one side, and Robert and Danchu on the other side. Transcendence comes out from Suggs to keep them alive. Flawless building up to get another shadow. He's going to have it. He's going to lay it down, and it gets over. Huge shadow is definitely going to turn this tide. Overthinker comes back, pins in, just try and get back to his team, and just dies for it. And now 20 seconds left on the clock, and they haven't done anything.
Yeah, Flawless coming in once again with a huge clutch. Who's going to be able to touch for Hanamura Hotshots? Maybe Robert's been excellent with touching and sneaking into the backline here. It's going to be very difficult for them to touch. Like, I'd probably get the Diva on just to fly in and touch. Yeah, there it is. She is.
Yeah, a lot of tank ultimates being
Did she
built up.
touch? She
The
did
touch doesn't come out! I can't believe it! And the Diva did not touch! And it's going to end in a miracle draw for Limemouth.
What a draw coming out from Limemouth. Like, Flawless with the play of the game. The main tanks have been the story of the year here. And we're going to see Flawless slaying a fatty here in a second.
And what a fast charge.
kidding.
He didn't even need the shadow here as the fight was already over. But I gotta say, Joshua hyping up as, you know, of course, the ex-contenders player, a high-level main tank who really put in dominant performances in the last matches.
14
kind of getting
Earthshatter-
outplayed by Flawless here.
14 Earthshatter stuns. That explains Goats in a nutshell right there. Or 13 Earthshatter kills. That's Goats in a nutshell right there. And
of
28
course,
stuns.
For the people who don't know, when a draw happens, it goes to the people who pick the map. So Limemouth will get yet another map pick despite not going down. And we have a 1-0 still on the board after map 2.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're going to go to Goat City, a.k.a. King's Row.
No, it is going to be payload. Our options are Route 66, Dorado, and Rialto. I remember those. And I think it's Goats. They're going to pick Rialto.
Exactly. It looks like
I say that.
and they're going Dorado.
They're going Dorado. Bite my tongue, Cassis Coast, if you will. And Dorado, another map we've not seen. So, of course, some big variety here. Possibly throwing Hanamura Hotshots off their game.
Yeah, however, you keep in mind the next map does have the potential to be Hanamura. So I'm wondering if Hanamura is actually going to throw this so that way they can pick their home field advantage.
Baby, I think I could definitely say from looking at it, they were not trying their all as with the spawn camps on Busan. But while there are some questionable plays on Blizzard World, they did just not able to get it in. That defense from Limemouth was just advanced.
Yeah, it's just a fun. Honestly, they are having fun. Flawless is absolutely looking amazing on the main tank. I'd say he's a bit of a better main tank than he is a Zen, coming from personal experience. But
and from the eye test, I mean, being able to keep up. Alizu, unfortunately, maybe was not ready for that super aggressive play and got the better of Overthinker. Did get the better of Alizu, but Flawless has been able to hold his own, plant his feet, and eat that horse. As now the Vine matchup seems at least very even.
we are seeing a bit of a break coming in from Limemouth just to kind of recoup with their thoughts, but yeah, they're listening to the Attack on Titan theme, which honestly, good call, very good call. That song is amazing. It's a banger. We would play it for you on stream, however, we cannot because copyright issues.
Regardless of that, this match is, while people have hyped up Hanamura Hotshots as a clear-cut favorite, Limemouth has actually started to really take it to them with first completing the map and then getting the draw. We're going to be going to map 3 as a 1-0, and Limemouth have a chance for a major upset here.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, look, I would not be surprised at all if Limemouth were to come away with a few map wins of their own. Like, maybe even win the game. Because right now, both teams are looking so even. Maybe Hanamura Hotshots have a bit of an advantage if they don't do a little trolling, because Wit has been farming up grabs like crazy. And honestly, it's like, it's kind of insane just watching him play Zarya.
Yeah, Wit has been crazy, getting so many picks, so many grabs. That's definitely what's going to be looking to shut down. And Toasty Toast is definitely trying their best, eating so many grabs non-stop. It's very impressive.
Yeah, honestly, it's and no surprise here, we're seeing goats, but but honestly, with both these teams, it's really who can find the best off angles first, and who is able to absolutely capitalize on the play of who's able to, I guess you can say, just play better.
Yeah, no, I would expect no less than a attempted spawn hold from the side of Hanamura Hotshots, as it looks like that's what they're gonna do. Linemouth on the offense, of course.
Yeah, that Zarya on the high ground, though, is going to be very dangerous. Like, Zarya beaming down from high ground on top of, like, supports, or it's going to be another hard angle that you'll have to defend, and we are going to see the spawn trap coming out. Which is honestly a nice play.
Where is Divine? I can't... Oh, he's still in spawn.
Michael?
Do we need to pause? Flawless? Oh, wait, Flawless was, I guess, setting up for a charge. He does get a pin onto Robert. He caught Robert with a pin and a huge 5-strike from behind. I was about to tell our production to pause, but Flawless putting on the main tank difference of his life.
And that was absolutely hilarious. They literally let the Zen flank, and look at this. Michael is still going to be going around. It's going to be a battle of the flanking Zens on who can flank harder and who can win. Michael's
already up to 68%. It looks like Flawless will be meeting Michael there.
So they're going to be taking a brief 4-on-6. However,
Suggs sees the flanking line as they are going to get caught out and definitely ran down fast as Flawless does fall. Michael's still on that flank to get pressured down by the Diva, and the shenanigans have been put to a stop.
Yeah, long story short, Hanamura Hotshots was like, nah, let's just win this real quick. And yeah, we're just seeing Jishua plays the typical aggressive style.
Good bubble block from Category, though.
Yeah, very good bubble block from Category, because that shatter could have been very devastating. However, Category is matching Wit on the ultimate charge, which is actually kind of huge. And the fact that Wit actually still has the same amount of ultimate charge is absolutely insane, because Wit went down relatively early in that not that last fight, but the fight before.
Yeah, Flawless looking for the flank with the rest of his team, but doesn't end up finding it. The grab not getting much, only Codemaster in it. The pin not going to be able to do very much. The bomb is just the same. Looking for the shadow. Flawless he gets pressured out. He already used it, excuse me. Toasty Toast fighting two with a huge bomb. Suggs killing them out of the mech, but it's not going to really matter as the pin from Flawless into the back line. Try and kill that Zen. And Category is actually on their own in the front line, getting pressured out, and will barely be kept alive. I say that as they die. Dantu paying the life with it, as Joshua is the only man left before two people do join him. The shadow is big onto Mr. Mitch, but not able to kill, with the rally keeping them up just barely. And now I can't believe that they still haven't won the fight. Hanya finding Michael in the backline, and somehow, some way, Hanamura Hotshots have been able to turn such an unwinnable fight.
Interesting grab coming out here
into the back. Flawless pins in. Overthinker getting put on his back feet as the beat is just countered, and now the aggression has gone the other way, but the Codemaster can hit his beat in the same succession. Flawless still is extremely low, not blocking the shadow, and it's a 5k.
Yeah, just what
a C9 attempt.
Oh, bummer.
Very thwarted C9 attempt from Codemaster there, as Hanamura Hotshots win another fight, still with the ultimate advantage.
Yeah.
I think Lemonmouth is getting way too big for the butchers here.
Yeah, Lemonmouth basically was like, hey, we tied
Linemouth,
that
excuse me.
Or Linemouth, yeah.
I was referencing a hit Disney show.
Exactly. And look at Kernmaster is
it's another pick. Suggs has been so aggressive on this Zenyatta. And the fight does get the grab in the back. The trans is able to keep them alive, but the counter shadow is big, but the counter trans is even bigger. Toasty Toast sending in the bomb. Robert is found with a pin. And what a chaotic fight going. The grab does pick them into the middle, and there's going to be 3 picks to the side of Linemouth. And finally, they're going to be capture A right before overtime hits.
Yeah, very, very nice play coming out from Flawless there. He does hit a massive counter shatter after the grab, which did force out the trans, which allowed Category to easily get a grab and sweep up the rest of the team. So that way, Linemouth will be able to push forward. And Flawless is actually relatively close to another shatter, which is going to be huge for Linemouth here. And also,
Joshua going in deep. Very deep, but the rest of his team is ready to not save him, as he does end up dying as Flawless gets a little bit funny play of his own. Michael does end up dying. Suggs on the high ground, able to put down so much damage. Toasty Toast going to contest him on that high ground. Meanwhile, on Kari, Robert does end up dying, and Hinya's in the back. not able to do very much without any of these cooldowns.
And honestly, Flawless could be trying to go for another flank shatter here. However, he does get spotted in the process, so...
Yeah, he's caught up very far on his own.
Yeah, it's we're kind of seeing a Rhine duel right now. It looks like Jishua's barely winning.
Yeah,
And they're
there's
gonna be
very
playing
tight
relatively
room
aggressive.
here. Flawless is extremely low. Gets the shadow
The
onto the Diva and the Brig. The counter shadow does not land much. As the pin, Overthinker gets two. It was just too low. Hinya eats Category's grab as well as the cart does finally stop here.
Yeah, very nice. And Toasty will be going on the flank once again, and we will be seeing Michael in the back line as well. They do not know he's there. However, Robert may...
Robert does not find him.
Yeah, Robert, honestly, if they do take a fight here, they could get a C9. Looks like we will be seeing a boop attempt from Robert, and Robert
He gets
does
away as the rest of the team is on the high ground. I don't know exactly what they're doing. Kind of playing opposite high grounds, but they have to get this cart. Flawless does end up dropping as the bomb goes high, not finding anything. But now all the rest of the members are on cart, and this fight is owned away. The grab does get them all together. The pin does take Flawless out of it, but the beat is able to keep it alive. The counter beat is big. The shadow and bomb attempt locks Hinya too, as there's going to be a basic team wipe here. Toast will get the touch, but nothing.
Yeah, we are seeing a bit of some BM coming out from Hinya on Michael. However, when you get killed as a baby diva, it's that's what you got to do.
And the touch does not come out as this cart is stopped and 1.5 point.
Yeah, it's honestly it's pretty far from B where to the point where the defenders won't have a bit of a disadvantage actually, because if they recontest, their spawns are relatively even, which is interesting to say. So, yeah.
Now, Linemouth is definitely going to need to put on the big boy pants once again, just like on Blizzard World, and win this map with some great defense.
Yeah, but the main issue with Linemouth is, again, they're playing cocky. And the problem when you play cocky is that you think you're good. Super good, in fact.
I don't even know if last map, it was an excellent hold, but last map doesn't really warrant such behavior, as it was only a draw.
Exactly. And because Linemouth is doing this, it's really been opening them up for aggressive angles, and we are going to be seeing them do a bit of a funny, it looks like. I wouldn't be surprised if Flawless were to pin off here again.
That's probably, it looks like that's what his plan is. The rest of the team is going to hold this front position. But at this point, he's done so many crazy pins that they're going to start expecting this.
Exactly. Let's see how Flawless is able to do this.
Either way they come out, the team kind of split mostly. They're kind of going for that background angle, looking for the rest of the team, and they do spot them. I guess they're going for a full map flip. They're just going.
Oh my goodness, they don't know Flawless is there, though.
They're still... What are they doing? I guess they're going for the very long loop around. Flawless is just hiding on the high ground, and he could get a huge charge off. They don't know he's there. And he pins to the back and gets the whole team off the top. Dontu hit with a pin, and that is amazing.
Absolutely amazing there. That is a lot of sustain down, because Brig is basically most of your healing in this comp. And there's nothing too much you can do if you're Hanamura Hotshots.
And that's about a whole minute off the clock because of that very long rotation.
Yep, let's just call that a we do this for fun rotation. It looks like Flawless will be doing the exact same thing. Which
getting away with it.
It works, I guess.
Yeah, they have to notice the lack of him, and you see the charge coming from a mile away. The Overthinker does get the counter pin, but the bubble is able to keep him alive, getting pushed into that small areas category. Is the Fire Strike able to get him that shadow, and the huge double shadow. Both teams landing big shadows, and it's going to be the Linemouth who come out on top of category. Not a lot of health to their name. The rally comes out from Mr. Mitch, kind of trying 1v1 the enemy Reinhardt. The Codemaster dies. It's going to be Hanamura Hotshots getting this card going.
Yeah, unfortunately, Corey does use the rally there, which is a lot of sustain lost on the side of Linemouth, and that could be very tough to push into this next choke, especially when they're going into a multiple... But the good news is, though, they do have beat, and they do have bomb, so it is still very winnable. Category goes down!
Category was so far ahead that Suggs was able to get a lot done. Suggs going on the long flank here. If they can just group up and take this fight on card, they're not going to get much done.
Exactly. Will they be spawn trapping the Zarya?
They're trying.
Nope.
Where is Flawless? Oh, there he is. As he comes up from the window to pin, but the counter pin is big. The bomb goes into the air as Flawless falls low. The grab, the Wit does fall to the shadow as Wit and Category both falling. No Divas. Zarya's on the board, excuse me. The pin gets counter pinned, both lines on the floor once again. A very common occurrence in this fight. Flawless getting the shadow ready up. They might not need it, but it's still even 5-on-5, and it's the big shadow knocking 4 players with the ground. As Mr. Mitch is the one clocked for the kills, but that's all on Flawless for his shadow.
Low key, they might actually win this map. The problem is their ult economy is absolutely drained, but like Linemouth is looking phenomenal.
Yeah, Linemouth, they've stopped. I mean, Flawless has kept on the trolling, but they fully embraced it. That confidence is what you need.
Exactly. And look at this. They're going to be playing relatively aggressively here because they know that, they're going to play aggressive, especially with the beat.
The beat comes out, and they try and sustain as long as they can to just keep them going. Flawless in the back, super low, getting kept up with the Harmony, but the Transcendence is now their go button to play aggressive, as the Shadow doesn't clock much as the bomb comes in from Hina, knocking Michael extremely low, but still being kept alive. Mr. Mitch is actually the one to fall. Flawless getting beamed down with that Discord orb on him, and it is a late beat from Kernmaster, as point A will go to Hanamura Hotshots.
Yeah, great. Unfortunately, with Kernmaster wasting that beat, the ult advantage actually swings back into Hanamura Hotshots' favor, which is going to be very difficult for... It's now going to be pretty difficult for Linemouth to catch up because they don't have an ult advantage, and look how close the cart does have to get to point C. It's just barely past the bridge.
Yeah, this fight is the most important. If they lose this fight, it is more than likely that they're going to lose this map, and Flawless goes to the flank, the old reliable. Joshua is looking for it, and they're ready to drop down. The counter charge is there, and the grab is there as well. They have no support ult to keep them up. Just the rally from Dontu is being used. This category does fall, and the rest of the team should fall behind it. Suggs comes out to Transcendence just to keep his team healthy, and there is possibly an option for a contest from Toasty Toast, but there's not much else.
Yeah, Toasty Toast is probably the best case scenario for a contest. The problem is that he's relatively low, but look at the ult economy on the side of Linemouth.
Running into spawn.
Will
they get there? It's gonna be close.
It's gonna be very close.
All right,
yeah,
they're gonna definitely get there, and the ultimate advantage into their favor. Huge shadow from Flawless finding 3, and the Hinya does get the grab. Eaton, and that's big. The Transcendence is able to keep them up. No more support ultimates on the side of Hanamura Hotshots. They do build the beat just in time as they start to hold forward with it, and Toshito sends the bomb to counter the beat just to force that aggression. Does find Robert. That's a big pick in their advantage. Wit gets taken down into his own right. Kernmaster's taken as well, but that is still in the favor of the Linemouth as the DMAC. Michael getting killed by Joshua in the back is a problem, but Joshua is so low. He has to be taken down here, and he is.
Yeah. And Hinya's just gonna jump off the map, so
now only 1 minute left on the clock. The ultimate advantage is still in Linemouth's favor.
I know, this is however, Wit does have a grab. Michael does have to farm up the Transcendence relatively quickly. I wouldn't be surprised here if he starts to play relatively aggressively in order to try and get this Trans to counter the grab.
Yeah, building it as fast as possible. They need Flawless to hit a big shadow. A big shadow here can change the course of the game. This is a big shadow from both sides, but the Transcendence is a big counter. Nobody falls to either side, though. Rally from Mr. Mitch, able to be kept in line. They have to use the beat to counter, but they stack the Transcendence on top of it. That's so unfortunate to lose ball support ultimates at the same time. Hinya still does have the bomb as Flawless pins into the back, and it's not enough to grab just completely with some category. It could be a map losing grab there, despite losing the main take on ready. Overthinker with already another shadow, and a huge bomb from Toasty Toast could even this up. Suggs and Dontu both falling. Overthinker Joshua trying to clutch it on his last moment, but there's nothing left. I can't believe Toasty Toast falling on the map, and it's just Robert and Witch the true carries of their teams being able to be kept alive with finding Codemaster. This high charge Zarya is so powerful. Not a lot of healing on the side of Linemouth. They continue to push this forward as the grab. The grab comes forward as the respawns do as well for Hanamura Hotshots. I can't believe how this is going, but Toast and Mr. Mitch turn it back in the other way. Wait, and Robert able to find their own selective deaths to the Linemouth's favor. Toast getting knocked in the mech once again. What a long fight going on. Category already building up close to another grab. Michael has another Transcendence, and there's more support ultimates on the board.
Flawless will be coming in with a Shatter. Watch the Shatter.
Flawless with the Shadow. This needs to be winning category with another grab as well. The Shadow is big onto Overthinker. He is countered, but the grab on Hina just blocks him in place. He's going to barely not fall on the mech of the Shadow from Overthinker. Already 6 players back on the board. Codemaster with
Nice
the, they hit the board button. The Shadow knocks him to the ground as the rally is going to be keeping them alive. Toast building up to another mech, but Codemaster is the one to fall. Now the pick in favor of Hanamura Hotshots as they find 2 more, and I don't know if they can hold on. And what a vehicle for Linemouth to pull that back, but they're not able to bring it home.
Yeah.
It's going to be Hanamura Hotshots taking back 3-2-0.
That was that is the textbook definition of a goats fight right there. I counted, I think 14 or 15 ultimates were used, and like, how many kills was that? Like,
so both teams basically wiped more than once, but what an insane fight it was as it went in favor of Hanamura Hotshots. Then the bomb from Toast bringing it back, and then Hanamura Hotshots brought it back once again. And the play from Linemouth getting them back for a second time, and Hanamura Hotshots eventually sealing it in the 6v6.
that was the textbook definition of break. Hopefully this is understanding for y'all. We're gonna go into a break because our throats are killing us and we need some water so bad. It is 2-0 in favor of Hanamura Hotshots. However, there was a tie last map, so we've already been 3 maps down. So see y'all in about 5-ish minutes. Okay, so after a few cups of water, Mob and I are back. We are going to the Hanamura Hotshots hometown of Hanamura. Go figure. Which is very interesting because, I mean, Hanamura, I kind of don't really think of it as a GOATS map, whereas like Paris or Horizon Lunar Colony, yes, I know they're removed completely from
Ready for
just general play Overwatch. they're, yeah, I'm kind of bummed.
But regardless, this is Hanamura's hometown, so it's very bold for Linemouth to take it there. But with how they were playing, I think bold is the game plan. And bold they are being as they have some major swaps.
Yeah, this is very interesting to kind of see how they will play this. It looks like they are going to be playing more traditional, where they are going to be holding this really difficult choke point to break through, especially if the other team has a Lucio.
Yeah, just to mention, Flawless is now
Oh, we are
Lucio.
gonna see a
Category
pause?
is on Diva. Toasty Toast is on Zarya, and we need a pause coming out.
incoming.
The pauses go through, but just to go through, Alizu's back onto Reinhardt after being subbed out. They were subbed in for Michael. Master onto the Zen. Mr. Mitch on Brig. Toasty Toast on Zarya, and Category on Diva with the Flawless Lucio. Very different from what we've been.
Exactly. Corey is eating fruit gushers. Jesus.
Okay.
He doesn't want to play with sticky fingers.
But regardless of the reason we have, I think it's very bold to change up the roster like this. We've seen it from a few different teams throughout the tournament, and it's never ended well.
Yeah, honestly, Toasty on. I wanted like Toasty should be on Diva with the way he's been playing that character. It has been so good for him. But the problem is, they're just like Diva is probably the most boring character in GOATS. Let's be honest. You're really only flashing defense matrix or grabs. However, when you eat a grab, it's kind of nutty.
Yeah,
So-
but we are going forward. Alizu looking for the fire strike, not able to get it, and they're kind of waiting.
Gurren is very low already. Are they gonna
Yeah.
push through the choke?
They're trying to push through the choke as hard as they can, but Alizu does end up falling, and that's just a big S key for Linemouth.
Yeah, interesting play there. They are just gonna back out. Which, yeah,
Flawless.
Flawless is gonna live. Yes, he does. Grandmaster's already 1 HP again. This Zen is taking so much damage as he just crosses through the choke.
Yeah, but they are now all mostly grouped up, ready to fight through the choke. The 6v5 or less, and Alizu just gets melted down once again, leaving
what
the
a
open
shatter.
for the shatter. It's the Lucio 1v1 on the point, but regardless of that, Linemouth is completely dead.
All right, so we are gonna be seeing Flawless versus Robert here. No, never mind. And
It does.
yeah.
Flawless finally goes off the map, resetting. He knows he has to get back with the team.
Yeah, that was some funny wall riding coming out from Flawless there. And honestly, switching up the lineup
Kinda looks a little rough.
Maybe they just had a rough few goes with it, and we'll see how that goes in just a second. But Conemaster does get picked by Suggs. He's been doing so much damage and finally gets the kill.
Yeah, Kernmaster is just getting like not having the time of his life here on Zen because it's so rough.
Overthinker
And-
gets belted though, going through the choke. They have a lot of ultimates to work with, and this is going to be a big ult fight. Once Conemaster comes back, they grab through the wall. It is big. Overthinker immediately gets two, and the other ults don't really matter.
Yeah, nothing really too much you can do there, and the poor Kern just gets pinned right out of trance. Huh?
Grav used in spawn. It does get 6, and the shadow gets
But the shadow
cancelled.
canceled.
But regardless, it is just going to be more kills going to side of Hanamura Hotshot.
Yeah, this was
I was about to say, I tried to get Flawless back on the main tank, to be honest with you, because if you're
The bomb unfortunately
Got caught.
lands up top, and the shadow does get 2 down, but it's not enough. The Overthinker shield is just high and mighty. The rally coming out keeps them all sustained. The beat, and Alizu just taking Don2 off the map, taking that trade. Might not be the best, but it's going to be his choice to make, as Mr. Mitch's rally is not going to be able to keep him alive.
Yeah, nothing too much you can do there, especially when you're playing super separate. However, they do get the David D-Mech, which is kind of nice. Flawless is in the back line once again. Let's see how he's surviving here.
Alizu does get Suggs in the front line though, so down that Diva Mech and down that Zenyatta, this is an option path for Linemouth to get in.
Oh, Flawless. Flawless right now is severely OTF right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he were
Big
trying to shatter.
is able to go, no kills coming from it, and the Shadow is blocked from Alizu. Toast with the grab, looking to let it go, and let it go he does in the huge counter grab, but they're not able to capitalize very much out of it. Overthinker gets a few swings, but he's falling so very low, he's forced to hold his shield up. As the Transcendence is able to keep him up, but not keep up Danchu, as the one tick is almost underway, as the pin gets not connecting with anything. Overthinker charge, and the Shadow comes out onto Suggs solo in the back line, and it's going to be Linemouth taking point A in kind of a miracle fashion.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think this is Flawless's first, or no, it's the second beat. Excuse me, because his first beat kind of got the Poofa special, aka an Ajax. But the good news is though they do have the ult advantage here going in for the attack. They do have both of the main support ults here, as well as they are upcoming on Rally, so and Diva Bomb potentially. And so this is gonna be huge here to see how they use these ultimates for this fight.
Yeah, if Linemouth can leverage this fight into another win with the beat to go aggressive is the move. The counter beat, it lands just as well. If they can win this fight, they'll set a great time on Hanamura. And they're trying their best. Rally keeping up. Overthinker is falling very low, looking for that Shadow as soon as he builds it up. Still doesn't have it. Just scored permanently on him and doing so much. Category does fall out of the mech. Alizu swinging as hard as he can. The pin not able to get any. The counter pin doesn't get anything either. The grab is huge on the other side. The Shadow doesn't connect with very much. As now Toast finding two, that could be the advantage. The Transcendence not getting in time as Pena does fall out. Alizu getting pinned and grabbed. He's not having a good time, but he is having the main tank experience. Thugs does fall, but Category and Alizu falling is going to be the end of this push. They do get one tick.
Yeah, bit of an interesting play coming out here because they just weren't able to kill enough targets fast enough. The thing was they kind of played that fight, like I said earlier, super individually, whereas Ghost is a super team-oriented comp. The good news is they do have a bomb to push up with Linemouth, but they will be going into a bomb on the side of Hanamura Hotshots as well. So, as well as a rally. Forgot about the rally.
Yeah, they are going to look for this early engage fight. The bomb gets sent into the back, and it's not going to get anything, but Alizu did counterpin. Category dies while out of the mech, and it's going to be a quick Hanamura Hotshot wrap-up. Overthinker does end up falling, but to no avail.
Yeah, Polis does get the...
Suggs died as well. Alizu is very low. Wit gets the Mega somehow. These close corridors keeping them alive.
Yeah, the good news is with Robert kind of asserted his dominance there as being the better Lucio. Granted, it is the main tank playing Lucio, but we don't talk about that. The grab here for Toasty is actually going to be relatively big. However, Wit, it's already built up another grab, no big deal.
Suggs getting picked off. That's going to be huge. Not getting that Transcendence on the board is going to be a major issue for them. They tried to land the Shadow as he's landed, but to no avail. The beat and Transcendence usually outside. Mr. Mitch getting pinned. That Transcendence is going to keep him alive through that. The counter grab is just as big though, as Alizu can just continue to swing through and charge through. Transcendence does get up as 4 members are left alive, just the tanks. A lot of damage coming out. Alizu falling extremely low. Managed to be barely kept up. Toast trying to beat down as much as possible. Building up to ult. Alizu almost with another Shadow. Does get pinned. It does get killed. That could be a big difference.
Who's gonna touch? Can someone touch?
Touch
Yes,
comes out from the Diva. Flawless finds Overthinker, getting that X main tank duel in the best in his favor. The grab from Wit comes out. The bomb not exactly going to stop them as it's on the other side of the pillar. Flawless in last fashion. Hope for Linemouth falls, as it's going to be Linemouth taking only 57.1% on point 2.
However, the thing is, despite Linemouth not being able to cap that full point, they do have a win condition, which is relatively important because they can. Yeah, first point doesn't go their way. That's okay. They have second point. Second point is a lot easier defense. However, they cannot give up more than 2 ticks because once they give up basically that second tick, it's all over.
Yeah, definitely a hard task, but they've had harder, like on Blizzard World. They are looking go up here. I mean, they're already backs against the wall here. Oh, 2-0. It is a first to four, just to remind the audience. But regardless, going down 3-0 in series is not a way to start it, including a draw.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very. It's going to be very hard for. Excuse me. It is going to be relatively hard for Linemouth once again to actually try and draw these fights out in order to potentially see a victory because of the ultimate economy of Hanamura Hotshots. They've just had the better ult economy throughout the entire game.
And ultimate economy is very important. That team synergy definitely is more present for Hanamura Hotshots, as they've been able to play a little bit more as a unit.
And basically, honestly, they're kind of Brig is still so much better in this patch because of her. Basically, she is effectively a fourth tank. Flawless does get spotted out. Will he die here? No, maybe. Robert is chasing him.
A very aggressive play. Alizu knocked to the ground and killed immediately. That's just going to be a pretty much a first point cap for Hanamura Hotshots. Danchu does die, needs a miracle on the side of the Linemouth, and Toast might be that miracle, finding Slugs at that high charge and Overthinker dying. Castus goes absolutely screwing Hanamura Hotshots as Linemouth are able to hold minus their main tank.
Yeah, how did Linemouth win that? Toasty Toast.
Just clutching
is
big.
Yeah, Toasty did come in relatively clutch there.
What do you grab?
Yeah, look at Toasty already has a grab. Dang. Okay. I respect it. If the grab does
huge grab, and
they're
able to go forward looking for this. Overthinker gets pinned against the wall, and now without the main tank on the side of Hanamura Hotshots, they're trying to find the same magic that Linemouth just did, but instead they're just backing up, playing the time, and looking for the next opportunity.
Yeah. However, Wit is coming up on a grab of their own, so this could be relatively important here to break this joke. Here it comes.
Oh, category with a huge beat. Now Codemaster can use this trans without regret. The bomb does go into the air. He's gonna look for the shadow, but Dantu does end up dying to her. Alizu gets knocked to the ground. Armor pack bubble keeping them alive. Able to just continue this fight. Minus the Dantu, the shadow not getting very much, but they don't need very much. The Slugs gets beamed down by Toasty Toast on the flank. Once again getting punished by that Zarya.
Yeah, interesting. Honestly, that category has been a
like both the off tanks for on the side of Lime Green have been absolutely insane. Look at Toasty back up with another grab.
Definitely putting weight on his back feet.
Exactly. Toasty has been carrying it, but Wit is almost there to meet him. However, that's an early DMAC right there, so nothing really too much you can do.
Both teams pinned against the wall, but it's going to be Linemouth who push off into the victory lap as another fight win for Linemouth in very quick fashion. Still with both support ultimates online.
Exactly, and yeah, that beat is going to be absolutely huge to counter Jishua's Shatter, and the trans as well. Hopefully they don't stack it like they have in the past. We'll be seeing a rally come in with on the side of Hanamura Hotshots.
A
Nice
huge
shatter
is able to keep them going, and the kid kind of beats both sides. Alizu is a little bit deep there. They might have to use the Transcendence to save him, and they do indeed do that. Overthinker has the shadow looking for it, and it's going to be a battle if this shadow is big, and it's not. It only gets 2 onto the ground, but it might just be enough. The counter grab is big. Alizu not able to swing through as he's so low, and does end up falling, and that is a guaranteed point A for Hanamura Hotshots. But that was a 3-minute hold.
Look at the ult economy, though. This is that's gonna be so hard for hard for Linemouth to actually hold this next point, because
it's all on Alizu. This shadow will change the course of this match.
Yeah, if he lands a nice little shatter here, that could seriously swing. This could literally give them a chance in the match
on the side of Linemouth. So
as they're gonna look close for this grab, and the huge E from category denying that huge tank ultimate. Now the Transcendence is gonna let them go aggressive, but it doesn't matter. Without that grab, they're not gonna be kept in place, and the bomb gets sent in the air. Not able to do anything. Shadow was big enough to stop them getting that done. Toasty Toast does end up falling. The Alizu is a little bit low. Find 1v1, that's not a 1v1 to me. Alizu does end up falling. Both main damage tanks get knocked down. Category gets shattered. Flawless gets killed. And despite the huge E from Category, they are going to tap this in.
Yeah, they will cap this point, and it looks like it's going to be GG's. As there's a Rhine diving in the back line to end
He
it.
gets onto the high ground. That's impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. But with all the grab heats coming out on the side of
Linemouth, you expect them to be up right now, but
They just aren't, and I think that just says to the team pressure, and it's unfortunate that they got snowballed. They had a big chance there with how well the team was playing, but regardless, if as much as you may not want it, Hanamura Hotshots are on match point 3-0 in the series and going to map 5.
For those of y'all curious, map 5 is going to be a King of the Hill map. And then if we go on to map 6, it'll be a what'd you say? Hybrid? Yeah. A hybrid map. 7, I believe, is an escort.
Escort, and then back to CP.
Yep. So
we are going to go into this next map very shortly, as they're just doing a little bit of in between map chatting. I think Hanamura Hotshots have been, rolling through that losers bracket the way they did in dominant fashion. Definitely gave them the confidence going into this match.
Mm-hmm.
And Lemonmouth has given them the biggest challenge that they've had yet. Gym Club putting up a little bit in the losers semis, but they might not be enough.
Honestly, I'd say this team has put up more of a fight than Chima Club. Linemouth has been looking phenomenal as well. Like, whether you have Category or iToasty on the Diva, those ultimates are just getting negated left and right. And honestly, that is how you win team fights. However, they're just having a lack of target focus towards the end there, which has really punished Linemouth in this situation.
Yeah, definitely. Now that they're down 0-3, maybe they will take it when they look serious, like on Hanamura, like on Blizzard World. They definitely could put the nails to Hanamura Hotshots. But when they're kind of memeing around, it did prove to be good on Dorado, but not exactly good on Dorado, as we saw in the later fights.
Also, for those of y'all curious, if you do want to see Chrome Zephyr's quesadilla, he did post it in League Zero General. It actually looks pretty good, not gonna lie. So props to that.
Yeah, good cooking and good player coming in. I think they just might be struggling. That we were doubting the swaps, and it did look really good on the defense of A, but once it fell apart, it really fell apart.
Yeah, and they just completely tanked their ult economy there at A, because they use so many ultimates to try and, I guess you can say, even out the fight, but you want to use ultimates to win fights, and that it's relatively tough to I guess you can say, use those ultimates to especially in a comp that is highly focused on sustain. It's really hard to use the ults to actually turn fights back.
Speaking of ultimates, with being so aggressive on that Zarya and getting so much done, it is unfortunate a lot of his grabs keep getting eaten. It could be a fault of the player, it could be fault of the high level of off-tank play on the other side. But regardless, as they may be getting eaten, he is just charging them up just as fast.
Exactly, and we will be seeing Lucio's little haven on this map, where it is Nepal's Sanctum, one of my personal favorite maps, because you just have that huge pit right there. Lucio boops are always fun, as well as the entire outside portion of the map. If you sneak around there as Lucio, you can just boop him right off the map, and honestly, it's fun.
Yeah, very fun indeed. Is we have now, I don't know if this is permanent, but we're seeing some very interesting things coming out from Lemonmouth.
Yeah, potential throw? No, I'm just kidding. They do have 10 seconds left to pick. Flawless is hard locking the Zarya here.
Oh, we have Toasty Toast on Ryan, Flawless on Zarya, Category on Zen, Mr. Mitch on Lucio, Codemaster on Diva, and Alizu on Blake. Complete switch around that no one's on the same role.
Honestly, I'm not surprised that they're doing this. They're looking to have some fun in this tournament. Honestly, I'm ready to see the Toasty MTD. Let's see if it comes out.
Yeah, Toasty's been talking a lot of trash, and with how good he's been, it's not going to really matter. As Flawless gets knocked off the map, Toasty continues against the wall. Robert is traded out, but Lucio is not worth 2 tanks.
Yeah, luckily Corey is back on the Lucio, which is one of his main characters. However, it's basically an uphill battle for Linemouth here because it is going to be relatively difficult for all of them to actually have enough sustain here.
Yeah, and while they are looking to come back in, Wit already has this grab online and looking to go aggressive with it. There is a kind of a Lucio in the backline. But the grab is looking to get sent out, and he gets put against the wall, kind of separating the team. This big value there to swing through, and now Overthink has Shadow.
Yeah, it doesn't... Honestly, Flawless is getting a lot of damage on that Zarya. However, heal is only 76% to ult. And look at Wit already just beaming down people already.
Yeah, very quick charging, but now the ultimates come back onto the other side. A lot coming online for Lemonmouth, looking to turn this 12 point into the other side. Shadow block from Toasty Toast, showing that main tank difference there, and now it's his turn to Shadow. Bitch is on point, emoting, trying to get something done, and will actually pay for his life with it. That could be a very careless mistake. The grab comes out onto Overthinker. Alizu does fall from the Fire Strike, and the Transcendence is forced out. This is pandemonium as the Transcendences get used for both teams.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, they're just having fun. We can sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Because, Mr. Mitch Diff, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
Sugs?
All very interesting going on.
This is called a wee bit of trolling right now, so, I guess this is the grand final of our Ghost Tournament.
We have Lemon coming back in. The Shadow is blocked. The grab, putting them all against the wall. There's a good beat and a good Shadow coming out from the other side. And now Hanamura Hotshots expending everything because it's one fight territory and they're winning the map. I mean the round, excuse me.
I just was watching the Najax from Corey in first person. It was beautiful.
Yeah, going forward, it is just we have a Flawless dipping out. It could be a DC. He'll probably just be coming back in short term. But meanwhile, while we are paused, yes, Flawless has come back, and we're going into.
They may be just switching roles. Yep, there we go. They are switching roles a little bit.
All right.
Honestly, smart. Lucky. Even though, yes, they are still all on off rolls, minus Kern Master. And, Flaw. And so this could be, again, a little bit difficult to win this.
Yeah, and we are going forward, both lines, trying to get as much positioning as possible. It'll be very important here. If they start swinging on each other, it's going to be whoever can get this first pick, and that first pick is going to go to Dantu. We're getting a shield bash kill on category. You don't see that every day. The mission swinging through, getting the counter pin. Guess what? Not going to let that happen.
Exactly, and honestly, the amount of damage that's coming through from Hanamura Hotshots is a little bit too much for Linemouth to handle here. We are going to be seeing Katagiri go on a bit of a funny flank here. Just kidding. Wait, the
Dantu gets up there and finds the pick onto Katagiri. Not able to get very much done. And just going to have to wait for that respawn.
Yeah, honestly, look at the amount of damage that was just done to Flawless. Like, there's nothing too much you can do there. Like,
we got a pin for Mr. Mitch through mid, and he's just gonna max the DPI and swing. A big shadow from Joshua, putting dominance out there, and it's gonna be a quick fight once again. Side of Hanamura Hotshot.
Flawless going OTF right now. Maybe the 1v1. Never mind, I see him. It'd be funny if he 1v1's just rough. It is looking like it.
Grav gets Codemaster in spawn, beaming him down, no more shield.
Oh.
And Robert is able to get this done. Kind of just stuck in spawn.
Yeah, that's a relatively rough. Whip does go down, so it still is very much winnable for. It is very much winnable on the side of on this side of.
Hanamura Hotshots getting yet another pick onto Lemon Master. Alizu just beaming people down. The shadows do get blocked. Flawless sending in the bomb. And Thugs will die to it. Toshito's trading out for his life though. It is still 86% and counting final fight territory for Hanamura Hotshots.
Oh boy.
And it's going to be.
Oh my god, you should have almost died there. That would have been hilarious. Suggs is, yeah, going to go down to category, and it looks like this will be GG's.
Toast will get the touch, able to keep it alive just a little longer.
Wait a minute, it's still winnable.
Our category follows the down 2 in the spawn. The Shadow not able to get anything. It might be a little bit on 5 cents. You really know. Wit is beaming people down. Stall only gonna last a short amount of time. Flawless getting pinned down. Hinya defense matrixing. Okay, Q2 trying to climb. That beam does have the grab. The
And
beam
yeah,
comes out to
GG.
keep people alive. The bomb is sent through, and that's going to be Hanamura Hotshots winning grand finals 4-0.
Wow, who would have guessed? Anyways,
Play of the game.
All right, we're going to. What a good match. I mean, while they did lose 4-0, they got a nice draw in there. But we're going
Yeah,
to
they
be
did.
coming back with. We're going to go to a quick break and make sure to tune in because we're going to have a 6-man interview with all of Hanamura Hotshots just after this break.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we couldn't really do an interview. Yeah, they did decline. So,
You know, it's late. Some people have things to do. No worries about that. But it was an excellent match nonetheless. We did see Hanamura Hotshots getting pushed to as far as they've been pushed this whole tournament. But as most people expected, they did come away with a nice win.
and then also to the staff members that are watching this, we do have a scrim tomorrow from. Actually, no, it'll be on Tuesday from 8 to 10. We will be practicing our goats for something. I don't know yet.
Yeah, just a quick little tease there. Remember, if you're in staff, watch out. You have a scrim planned.
But yeah. So, anyways, we wish y'all the best of luck. Hopefully we can catch you later once the season actually starts. Maybe even before then. I don't know yet. I don't know what our schedule's like, but
Yeah. Well, thank you for tuning in for the tournament. It's been a pleasure casting and a pleasure watching it. Of course, Mob joined by Corbs, and we're going to be signing out. See you guys next time.
Thank you.